Oxford Brookes University has just appointed their first artist in residence. Chris May Andrews has turned the traditional world of art upside down. His particular field of interest is electronic imaging. His work was exhibited recently at London's South Bank, specialises in video installation using numerous television screens to present moving images of nature. And Chris May Andrews joins me this morning. Morning, Chris.
Morning.
You could, I suppose, be described as a modern traditionalist, really.
I think that's probably true. In terms of my subject matter, it's a very traditional, area for art to be involved with, yes. But then the other part of it, the electronic part of it, is perhaps the more radical.
Tell us about that part of it.
Well, I suppose the thing is, for me, it's inevitable. The generation that I'm in, I was brought up with television, and so the television image was the thing that fascinated me, and I got involved with videotape in the early 70s, and I've been working with it more or less exclusively since the mid-70s. And so that was the medium that I wanted to use, but increasingly I found that I wanted to be a sculptor as well. And since my expertise is with using the electronic image, I wanted to kind of bring the two together in some way.
So how do you start?
I start usually with an idea, often with an image in some sense, but with an image that I want to expand, that I want to make into some kind of physical experience.
And there is a traditional start to it, presumably. You paint a picture yourself.
In no sense do I paint anything. No. I mean, do you mean literally with paint and canvas?
You don't get involved in that at all.
No, absolutely not. I mean, my tools are the camera, and more recently now the computer. But even the stuff that's on the computer starts out by being imaged in some way with a camera. So no, there's certainly no canvas or drawing involved at all.
I can see the eyebrows shooting up. An artist in residence who doesn't paint or draw, spin or weave or anything like that.
Absolutely not.
You just take the pictures.
That's right. Yeah.
What sort of subjects do you have?
Well, the thing I'm working on at the moment is a bit of sky, literally some clouds and a kite, and those images will be up, hanging from the rafters, and will be caused to cycle in some way, using the computer to loop the image. And the physical part of the experience in the rest of the gallery space is a wind machine and a wind turbine. So when you walk into the gallery, you'll be blasted by this wave of air, a continuous stream of air. The air is turning the wind turbine, and the wind turbine is powering the image, powering the computer that's running the image that you see up in the rafters of the gallery space.
Did you have any traditional training at all? Did you go to art school, for instance?
I went to art school, but I studied photography. So there was at no point. In fact, I think my whole use of the media of photography and video and so on is because of a frustration I had at not being able to draw. I think I turned to the camera fairly early on as a kind of replacement.
Is it the same? Is traditional painting going to be out of the window?
No, I don't think so. I think the thing is that any new medium, it doesn't come along to replace a traditional medium. It comes to exist alongside. And I think if you take the camera, for example, if we generalize what I do and say it's to do with the camera in some sense, there's always been a very interesting exchange, back and forth, creative and aesthetic exchange between photography and film and the traditional areas of painting. Those languages develop on top of each other.
So how do you see your work developing at Oxford Brookes University?
Well, I think as a result of using the computer, I've got rid of this whole model in my head, or I'm gradually shedding it, of a kind of linear approach to the sequence. I mean, because I've been working in videotape, I've been very involved with the sequence, a continuous kind of image. But with video, have been using loops a lot. A lot of my work involves some kind of a loop where we see a sequence, it then repeats and repeats and repeats. Well, with the computer, it isn't interested in the linear notion at all. You can tell the computer, once you've put a sequence in, to loop that endlessly, and it will do that. And in fact, it doesn't have to distinguish between forwards and backwards. So I've gotten quite interested in the idea of this kind of continuous flowing of signal that I've always been interested in, but now I feel quite liberated from the rewind and the mechanical aspects of the videotape recorder.